Hey, so I wanted to be able to share some of God's goodness today. As a few of you might know, um, my family and I just got back from Rochester, New York. We did a church plant, and it was something that God had called us to do. And though we didn't get paid for it, they provided our place to live, and we were so blessed to just be able to help and be a part of that church plant. We learned a lot. We were kind of thrown in it, and we had to teach everyone what small groups were about and coach the groups, and I was able to bring structure to the prayer team, and we got to know a lot of really great people in Rochester, and some of whom I'm still in touch with since us being back. But as you know, it took a lot of trust in God to step out in faith, and I believe that Rochester wasn't just us going up there to help that church. I believe God called us to do that, to test our faith, to see if we would step out, because prior to going to Rochester, we had a set income. I mean, we had provision. I had a secure job. I was a school teacher, and I was the main income from my family, as my husband was homeschooling. And so I left a perfectly great job after teaching there for almost 10 years to losing my insurance and losing all pay and everything. And so now we're fast forward, we're back here, we're back home, and we have completely chosen to start over everything. I mean, we literally, when we came home, all we brought was the kids, our clothes, and the kids' toys, and that was it. Going from completely nothing. And I say all this to share, because just to show how good God is, even when you start over. God has really set up the way since we've been back. Since we got back the very first week, I was able to get into subbing, and that's all thank you to the boss that I last had at the school that I was teaching at. She really helped me, and God really used her. And from the first day I was back, I was already booked for subbing, and so I've been subbing ever since, just about every day. And my husband was able to get a job in car selling. And I mean, before we ever took off to Rochester, when my husband first lost his job about 4 years ago, he really tried hard to get another job and wasn't able to, which is what led us to homeschool the kids. And this time he applied again to some of the places, and he actually got it on the first try. And so all this was good. It helped us get on our feet. God really blessed us. An apartment came open in time for us to get, and little to nothing furniture right now, but I mean, we're making it. We have beds to sleep in and a sofa to sit on, and so we're very blessed. A roof over our heads. But let me tell you, God is just faithful. For any of you who are really worrying about provision, God says in His Word, "If I clothe all the lilies and I feed all the birds, surely I will take care of you." And a lot of you wonder why I'm so steadfast and firm and just pressing on even when things seem impossible. It's because God has never failed me. God has never failed me in that. And so I kind of just wanted to share a little bit of His blessing and what He's doing. And I mean, He's done so much more than just that, aligning everything up since we've been back. Like now, my husband's gone from being a car salesman since being back to being blessed with a job that provides insurance and even more pay than I was making as a teacher. So we're able to homeschool again, which God has put that on our hearts. And so I'm so excited, because now I have my vision back in ministry, and I'm able to put into my first ministry, which is my children. I'm able to not only teach them about academics, but I'm able to really teach them how putting God first is so important, and who God is and His love.